Hey, hi Ankita.
Hi, Puneet.
Hello. So good to see you finally.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while. We are trying to catch up. So good to talk to you.
Sure. And officially, I'd like to welcome you to this very special episode of IT Talks. And thank you so much for taking out time and connecting today.
Absolutely. Looking forward.
Sure. So why not we get started? Let us start with your introduction.
Sure. Hi, myself, Ankita. I have 12 plus years of industry experience and right now working as a senior software engineering manager. I'm a mother of two lovely kids, 7 and 2 years old. And I really consider myself very blessed with how life is now, and I'm super grateful for everything happening around. So yeah.
Wow, you really sounded that like so it is so simple and so easy. And so for our viewers, just a trivia fact, I have seen Ankita working, and when she's working, she's like a complete machine, I would say. The way she take care of things, managing family life and professional life. She's, I think, the perfect example. But we'll get to that, in much more detail later on. So my first question to you, so can you tell us more about your experience? Actually, I heard you that you're working in travel domain. So what kind of products do you guys usually work upon?
So, if I talk about my present experience, I right now work in the travel domain, but we in the past I have worked on a variety of products, considering from security to e-commerce to various startups around healthcare.
Wow.
So I have varied experience, and I'm fortunate that I had those different experiences in the domains. Each experience gave me a different learning, a different view at how things could be. And overall, it helped me shape my career in the best way possible.
Right. That's awesome. I can perfectly understand. So also one interesting thing, which I saw was that, that previously you were working as a technical product manager, then you actually transitioned into an engineering manager. Can you tell us more about, both of these roles and how actually you transition?
Sure. So I've since I've started learning to code in my college days, thanks to my professor who taught me the first line of code. I've always want to code more and more. I really love that, and I really don't understand when hours go by when I'm coding. So I'm that
Oh,
passionate about it. So my career journey has been to like a developer, a senior developer, to when I was working in startups, I was heading the technology, then to a TPM, then to an engineering manager. So how did I go into a technical product manager role? Was when we shifted to my current location. I was looking for a new opportunity, and the company that I approached to offered me this role depending on how the interaction went and the opening that they had then, and they offered me. So one thing that struck me there was one of the advice given by my mentors at one of my previous company, that was Amazon, to try out technical product manager role sometime. And I just thought, let me go for it. And I absolutely loved the role, though I was little far away from coding except during the hackathons and other such events. But I love to look at the code and do design reviews, be an active participant there. So I still remember the day of my interview for the role of TPM, where I'd asked this question to the interviewer, like, if will I ever be able to get back to coding or like an engineering manager role ever? And he told me then that I have not seen such a transition happen, but in my head, it was super clear that that's the career path that I want to take. That doesn't mean I was taking the TPM role like because I was being offered, but I really enjoyed the role, and I think I did great. And I made sure that I learn all the things to the basics and to the till the advanced when I did my PMP. and I absolutely loved it. But then I also made it sure that I had a very candid talk with my manager about, what is the career path that I've chalked out my myself,
Right.
and this is what I look to. So I kept learning new things. I kept filling in the skill gaps, if any. And then when such an opportunity came up, and especially, I was on maternity leave then. So I'm so grateful to my manager that she thought about it for me, called me up when I was away and asked me if I would be interested for that opportunity. And she knew that I'll not say no. So I just jumped for that opportunity and took it up. And actually, what I feel is that before doing that transition, you are actually already performing the role which you want to transition to. Like for me, it was an engineering manager. So, leading the team without authority, doing code reviews beyond the TPM responsibilities. Also, one thing that I feel that I did right was having a host of mentors who helped me with the specific
Right.
areas that I needed for the new role. And then, of course, I also set up modular goals per quarter to get there. So I think all of this helped me to transition into the engineering manager role in a very, very smooth manner.
Wow. So I think you have given our viewers, a very clear idea how, if you want to pursue your goals, how to lay a clear pathway to it. And so personally, I would like to, just take this moment and thank Ankita as well, because she has been one of my mentor, whom I've always looked upon and sought out professional advice, and she has been always there to support me. Great. So thank you so much for that. So moving to the next question. So I've also heard that you are an active blogger and you're a working mom, and managing two kids at home, also with your husband who is also working. So how do you actually maintain this work-life balance?
Yeah, great question. And I always, look forward to this question being answered by other women leaders in my organization, outside the organization, because my manager itself, who was my role model. So what I did was, so even beyond blogging, I'm like an absolutely morning person, like a 4 a.m. person,
Wow.
and I don't miss yoga. I don't miss meditation even one single day. So I think all these things, which what helps me is setting up my day in such a way that I have time for each and everything. So I each night before I go to bed, my calendar is like completely blocked with respect to when I'm doing what and what are the important things for me for the next day. So one of the things that I always do is I work around my kids' schedule. So if I know that I have a very important training which I have to conduct, say at 1 p.m. India time, then I make sure that my younger one is up really early in the day so that I can make him take a nap during that time. So that's how I work around my kids' schedule.
Wow.
And like I work when I work early mornings, I make sure that I wrap up my meetings, which, I have to attend, which are important. And, I have to be like 100% present. So that's how I manage my times with the meetings. Other than that, my husband is in a consulting firm and he travels a lot. So, that's his part of his job. So for it's super critical for me to, manage the kids and the work and, be balanced. It's not like I have to, be completely tired and not take care of myself. So for that, as I told you, I make sure that I have time for myself because I feel that when I take care of myself, only then I can take care of others, whether it's work or kids. So that's how I have my me time for yoga and meditation. Other than that, I really learned one thing during the pandemic is setting up right expectation with myself. That when my kids are around, my productivity is not going to be as much as it would be otherwise during the early morning hours. So I would have a dip, and I have set the right expectation with myself because that kind of gives me a peace of mind when I'm not able to do as much as I did in the morning. One more thing, I like you'd be very surprised, but then I never have my work emails or the chat tool that my company uses on my phone, like ever,
Oh,
because yeah. So that helps me to just cut off from work while I'm not working. I'm working only when I'm in front of my laptop. I don't wake up in the middle of the night and check my email or respond to a call because everything can wait. So that one thing has really helped me to maintain like a work-life balance. And the last thing, like when I wrap up my day, I make sure that I have an urgent versus important grid, wherein I have four quadrants, which is urgent, important, urgent, not important, and not urgent and important, and not urgent, not important. So these grids, when I classify my day course, including my personal work, into these quadrants, I know what is my focus for the day. And other things that can wait would wait, but then the important things also get the due attention. So this is something that I have learned by hearing to various people, podcasts, and going from there. So I would summarize all this by saying that it's all on us. How do we
Right.
want to prioritize what are we doing at the present moment, and we want to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves before taking care of others.
Absolutely. So I think you have given us so many insights, right? You have given us our own Moscow model, I would say, to prioritize our personal work, right? So I think it's absolutely fabulous the way you are handling things, and I'm personally like pretty much amazed by how you're handling all the things. Great.
Yeah, but one thing that Puneet I'd like to add is it's not like, I'm like, all the days are perfect. There are days when,
Mhm.
you have these dips,
Right.
or you're tired, or, you are feeling like you need to take a break. Or, then what I do is I really step away and, take rest and be back with more energy.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's like just slogging around and not being able to do anything. So,
Yeah, I think it's very necessary, with kind of
yeah.
hectic environment and the kind of work we all are doing. It is pretty important.
So one other thing that I'd like to add about my inspirations is my younger sister, who's Dr. Nikita Nanwani. She's a radiologist by profession, but an educator by passion. So she is one of the top educators for an academy NEET PG category, and
Wow.
she has her own YouTube channel of 70,000 plus subscribers. So she also puts a lot of motivational videos like shots, and I think looking at her of how she's a mom, she's a radiologist, she manages, she's made her passion as a profession, that really inspires me to not just work all the time, but pursue your hobbies, pursue your passions, because that makes you feel very complete. I mean, at least me, I feel very complete when I can do other things beyond my work and kids, and take time out for myself. Like I want to bake, I want to cook, I want to do whatever I want to. So, and so there are many role models that I follow for that, and I think that has helped me. So yeah, just want to share that.
Great. Thank you so
um,
much.
on the work life balance, one thing that I would also like to add is most of us working women or working moms have a habit of being like a super woman and do everything by yourselves. So my husband, who is such a strong support system for me to be able to do what I'm able to do today, he's taught me that don't behave like I can do everything. I know you can do everything, he tells me, but then just outsource things, and give very direct instructions as to what how I can he help me with things. And he's really an equal parent in everything that we do, or helps me with everything, each and everything. So I think that having a strong support system and making sure you are able to take help on things where you can take help and not just do everything by yourself will really give you time to focus on works, or focus on kids, or focus on other things that you want to pursue. So I feel that is super important. And as especially Indian moms, we have a habit of doing everything. So
Right.
I think we need to take a step back and make sure that how we can get help, how we can get support. So in my case, like, I have a very strong support system, and at the same time I have a very supportive family. So that has really helped me sail through. So that's exactly why I wanted to share that. Don't behave like we are super mom, super woman, and can do everything. So
Absolutely, Ankita. So couldn't agree more. I think you have given some valuable tips to all the working parents out there. How to really manage everything and come out on top of everything.
If
Nice.
not on top of everything, at least, sail through the day with the utmost peace of mind,
Right.
because I think that is super important at the end of the day to be, have the peace of mind while doing your things. So I think these tips help me. So just want to make sure how I can, share with everybody.
Absolutely. And so I think you have in a way defined, given us the clear definition of how to be, what it means to be successful. I think in my personal own accord, I would say that being successful doesn't only mean having a good job, maybe, earning good bucks, but it is about having that holistic, kind of everything you have, having that balance in your life, and that environment where you feel like accomplished.
Yeah, I would say, definition of successful is very different for each one of us. But then, like I said, having that peace of mind, having a good night's sleep,
Right.
how can we ensure we have that after doing everything is super critical.
Right. Thank you so much. Great. So, my next question. So, what are your biggest learnings? And maybe if you want to give out, I think you've already given out various tips to us, but still, if you want to add anything for our viewers, who might be looking for jobs in a similar domain and similar profiles.
Yeah, I think one of the things that helped me get the various jobs is networking.
Absolutely.
Making sure that you are networking with the right kind of people that you want to work with. And then when you are interested to pursue an opportunity, you can, send them cold emails, introducing yourself, telling them more of why you are interested for that role and how would you be a good fit for that role and so on. So that really helps. And of course, like a kid, be excited about, where do you want to go and have a vision for the career path, like, I shared. Set up goals, set up smart goals, not just goals. When I say
Right.
smart goals, is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Not just say that, I want to transition, say, into this role sometime. That is not a very time bound role. You have to say, I have to transition by, end of this year. So if I have like 2 quarters to go, then what are the things that I need to do to get there? How can I set up achievable goals for that time? And then, you should measure that goals. Like, did you really complete that course or that certification or any skill gap that you have for that role? So making smart goals is super important. And the other thing is having a growth mindset, so that we always ensure we are on the path of continuous learning, no
Right.
matter at what stage we are on our career trajectory. And like we also discussed is invest time in having a board of mentors, so that you have a mentor for each specific area for which you need mentorship. So I think having mentors is super critical. It has really helped me all through my career, and I'm still in touch with all of them. So you never know when the next big opportunity comes your way, because you've established relationships, and that really is for lifelong. So I think those are the few tips that I would share.
Ankita, couldn't agree more, personally. So, as I've already said, so you have been a mentor to me, and I think, plus one to whatever Ankita said today, right? So, definitely, all the things have really helped me, and I think it can help all of us, who are aspiring to actually, change or find new opportunities, or maybe, looking out for new avenues. Great. So this brings me to my favorite question for the day. What's your favorite book? Or maybe books. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm a very, very avid reader. I have like almost a library at my place,
Wow.
and I really love books. And the kind of books that I love to read are more of self-help books like Growth Mindset or The Secret. So if I have to pick one book, I would say it is The Secret,
Okay.
because undoubtedly the best. That's the book by Rhonda Byrne. So
Rhonda
it's
Brand.
my That's my way of life, actually. So, visualize the things that you want and work towards them. So, how can you not have like even any doubt about getting there? So, that book teaches you how you can make sure that there is no negativity in your life. And how can you not think about things that, if this doesn't happen, then what? Then what will happen? So, not talking in terms of negative language. And how can you be super positive and then firmly believe in visualizing and getting things what you want? And it's not a magic, it's actually a way of life, and being like how you can get there. So now I have really tried it on various occasions, as I would tell you, on my job, on my life partner, on
Oh,
each and everything that I have today. And that's exactly why I feel that that's a Bible for me, and it's my way of life.
definitely. So personally, I have also been fascinated. So I have not yet read the book, but yeah, I've watched that documentary that's available on
Yeah.
Netflix, and it is indeed very fascinating. So definitely, this is something I'll be looking up to. Great, Ankita.
Awesome.
I think we had a great talk today, and thank you so much for all your insights. Anything, as a closing comments you like to say, anything to our viewers, or anything you like to share?
Sure. I would really say that believe in yourself and believe that nothing is impossible. If somebody else can do something, then why not I? I mean, everybody has the same number of hours in the day. Everybody has, almost everything to get there. Then
Absolutely.
what is stopping us? If somebody else can get there, then why not me? That's the kind of a question that I ask myself. And uh, you know, I have got this attitude from my mother, and she is my inspiration about how strong can one be. Because just to share that I lost my dad when I was 6, and my sister was 4. So
Wow.
I have seen
Okay.
her being so strong and raising us in such a manner that spirituality is a way of life. We've seen her as a role model. We've seen how to get things done. So, having such people as your role model in life is super important. And then the other role model that I have is, of course, my dad, when we are still known by him as to, oh, his kids. So that's what I feel that,
Wow.
each day, each hour that you spend, think about it in a way that how you are making a dent in the universe, how you are doing the best version of yourself than you were yesterday. So I think all of us can do everything in life. It's just believing in doing this.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ankita. So only words that I have is thank you so much for inspiring us today. I think you have given us a lot to think about, and all the best. I'll definitely, in my future talks as well, I'll like to do another one with you, and maybe, let us meet in person.
Absolutely. Let's do that. Absolutely. I look forward to meet you in person, Puneet, and love to have this discussion. And I think this was one of the best hours that I could spend. And if really if this inspires or if this helps even one more person, then my goal for the day is done.
Definitely, and that's the idea. That's the idea behind all these talks, and that's why this initiative has been launched. Thank you so much for your time, and
Sure.
see you around. Okay.
Absolutely. Sure. Thanks, Puneet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching our video. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such insightful sessions. We will be regularly uploading on our channel every Sunday, so stay tuned and like our other social media handles as well. The links of the same will be mentioned in the description box below. Bye bye.